The Significance of Life, Chapter 8 of The Fabric of Reality. And let me pick it up where David gets to. In The Fabric of Reality, the real kicker of what is to come in the beginning of infinity. He writes in The Fabric of Reality, about halfway through Chapter 8 we're at now, quote, "The point is that although all known life is based on replicators, what the phenomenon of life is really about is knowledge. We can give a definition of adaptation directly in terms of knowledge. An entity is adapted to its niche if it embodies knowledge that causes the niche to keep that knowledge in existence. Now we are getting closer to the reason why life is fundamental. Life is about the physical embodiment of knowledge. And in Chapter 6, we came across a law of physics, the Turing principle, which is also about the physical embodiment of knowledge. It says that it is possible to embody the laws of physics as they apply to every physically possible environment. In programs for a virtual reality generator, genes are such programs. Not only that, but all other virtual reality programs that physically exist or will ever exist are direct or indirect effects of life. For example, the virtual reality programs that run on our computers and in our brains are indirect effects of human life. So life is the means, presumably a necessary means, by which the effects referred to in the Turing principle have been implemented in nature. This is encouraging, but it is not quite sufficient to establish that life is a fundamental phenomenon, for I have not yet established that the Turing principle itself has the status of a fundamental law. A skeptic might argue that it does not. It is a law about the physical embodiment of knowledge, and the skeptic might take the view that knowledge is a parochial, anthropocentric concept rather than a fundamental one. That is, it is one of those things which is significant to us because of what we are, animals whose ecological niche depends on creating applying knowledge, but not significant in an absolute sense. To a koala bear whose ecological niche depends on eucalyptus leaves, eucalyptus is significant. To the knowledge-wielding ape Homo sapiens, knowledge is significant." End quote. Now, listeners to ToKCast, readers of the Begin Infinity, they know what's coming. I'm stealing David's thunder here, but I've been stealing David's thunder for the entire series of ToKCast, I suppose, before he gets to the main point. We know what's coming. We know that anyone who claims that knowledge is not significant is trying to prophesy the growth of knowledge. To say life is not significant fundamentally to the universe, to the evolution of the universe, is trying to predict what life will do. An inherently impossible thing. For two reasons. One, we can't predict the way in which evolution will go on to change the universe. And we can't predict what people will do. Or in other words, we can't predict the growth of knowledge, either evolutionary knowledge or explanatory knowledge. And so it doesn't matter what the process is throughout the universe. What people will do about that thing at some point in the future cannot be known to us now. And so this is the thunder. This is the thunder I'm stealing from David. He's going to use particular examples. It's really interesting. It's interesting for me. It's interesting for someone who's a fan of the work of David Deutsch to see how even paying what I thought was close attention to the book years ago, I still come across stuff like this, and it's breathtaking in the fact that people today reading The Beginning of Infinity are taken aback by the way in which the ideas are so groundbreaking. And yet, as I keep on saying, here it is. Here it is in The Fabric of Reality back in 1997. These ideas being brought together, these ideas about the fundamental nature of knowledge and of life in this particular instance.